Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. My page is about common sense. I try to keep it down and to get it under 10 minutes. If it goes over 10 minutes, it's something very important. And not important that liberals, libertarians, people believe in God, people like to smoke, people like to drink, people like ayahuasca, people like DMT. Listeners' discretion is advised. Though I do make streams sometimes when individuals who do smoke and do drink, you can tell the level of my IQ versus theirs. So obvious. But of course, they come on my stream because they know I'm telling the truth. It's that simple. Because first, I'm older than them. Number two, I'm a Renaissance man. Because most guys and most people in general are not Renaissance. So I learned a little bit about each intellectual property and then skedaddle. And of course, they get upset or jealous at me and then they disappear. But they have been watching my videos and people watch my videos. But of course, I'm not advertising myself well, as some people say. Hey, you should advertise yourself. You know, I don't have a computer. That's why there's a donation box. That's why there's a Patreon down there. I got different videos, okay, which I can say whatever the fuck I want on YouTube through a private link, okay, which is blocked. So if you privatize your shit, you can actually say things on YouTube. Yes, you can. Go behind the scenes, create your own private link, which cannot be reported. You wouldn't know, okay, you know, because only people can see your videos is those who you send the link to. There you go, being smart. Being smart. But this video is going to be pertaining to oh yeah, I want you to know, if you do join my Patreon, you will see specialized videos, and those videos are different from the videos that I have here, okay? And once you subscribe and you are in there, I usually make 4 videos a month. But if you read the other tiers in my Patreon, it's better to read the other tiers. I have 4 tiers. Alright, okay, there we go. Since I told you to read the description box, I know it's a lot, because no one is like me. There will be people who will copy. I love it. Because this is all unscripted when I speak. No matter how incoherent, I do not edit, I don't do special effects. That's not my style, dog. But other than that, let's talk about women and men versus cooking, okay? You know, I was watching The Better Bachelor, okay? Shout out to him, okay? And of course, I love the way he talks, because he's going through some things, and everybody goes through some things, and it's logical, everything he says. And I made a video about this probably many years ago, because like I said before, where does this thing come where people say women are better cookers than men? I really don't comprehend that. When I'm trying to look at something to cook, it's usually a man on TV cooking. I remember Julia Childs. Yeah, whoosh. You just put the butter in. That's the last woman I've actually watched cook, because the way she sounded when she cooked was beautiful. She was British. Okay? She was British, and I loved her accent. I was young when I was listening to her, and I was like, that's the last woman I actually was watching cooking, because her voice. But when it comes to logic, again, women don't usually think logic when they cook. And usually men are more likely to grill than a woman, right? So how many times have you seen a woman grill? Not much, right? So if a man can calculate the hours and the time, and the mathematics shows up, simply put, being alpha as I am, I try to keep it simple, and they're coordinating time into the essence. Women don't have that time to be doing that shit. And I had to teach my wife how to cook, okay? You understand? Blink, blink. I had to teach women how to cook in general. I've encountered in my life how many women, of all of the hundreds, only at least about 10. 10 women who know how to cook out of 100. Because I told you guys, you are not me. I'm a fetish gigolo. I've counseled women, babysitted their kids, been their gynecologists. You have not done such a thing, so don't bite my style. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, because you'll be caught. Because you're a liar. I have videos, so yeah, I ain't got to worry about that shit. I don't have no videos of me being a jet fetish gigolo, but since I talk about it, it's true, because I purchased the strap-on, and of course I tell women I do a service charge for professionally, because I know how to sell myself. I know how to talk. I know how to swoon women's heads. I know about the secret spots. I know how to make women wet before even get to chance to touch the pussy. Some women even think they get wet and think about what I'm gonna do to their pussy, when I'm not really gonna do nothing to their pussy with my juicy ass pussy lips. Okay. Lots of shit about me. Please read the description box. I don't eat ass. I don't do toes. But I can act like I'm doing your toes. I can do your toes. But you think I'm going to be touching them? No, I'm going to be having gloves. I'm a doctor, motherfucker. I'm a fucking inspector. I'm a teacher. I know ways around things. But anyway, The logic behind that. The same thing with there's no hell's fury than a woman scorned. I don't know where that shit comes from. That shit, I started hearing that shit way back in 2010. I'm like, well, that's not logical. That's not even common sense. Women are better cookers than men. That's not common sense either. I'm like, duh, doesn't make sense. When men are more logical, they do everything mostly better than women. I said mostly. I didn't say all of the time. I have actually saw a female beat a male tennis player. So there are some occasions when women have the physical physique to beat men, and even some women can play in the NBA. You got the WNBA, and then we got the NBA. But we don't see too many women trying to join the NFL. Okay, we can have the WNFL. Okay, you know, physically and mentally they are not the same. Even a black man and a white man is not the same. God damn it, no one's the motherfucking same. Where's this shit? This equality. But anyway, I digress. It pisses me the fuck off when I know your level of degree of working versus this person, and I'm going to pay you differently. I'm going to pay you differently because you're doing less work. It's that simple. There's no such thing as equal pay. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Women cooking better than men, preposterous. Women doing pretty much anything better than men, besides having babies. Preposterous. As a matter of fact, I take it back. I have learned that there was a man, there's a different type of species of men who are pregnant. They can get pregnant. It's very rare. There are some men with female genitalia. I take it back. As I said before, there's more than two sexes. I've done my research. I'm sorry. So we already know about hermaphrodites. So now you have to take it another step now. They physically have to be these types of sex. Look at their genitalia and you have different sexes. Even their upper bosom, their upper chitty, their upper chitty and chestnuts. Okay, there are different sexes out there. Do your research. If you want to find out, there's other races of species out there. Yes, there is. So we can't talk about one sex anymore, two sexes anymore, not even three anymore. And then, you know, these crackers will call it an abnormality. They'll call it an abnormality when someone's with two dicks. I don't think that's a male, but it does have an alpha trait, okay? But there's guys out there with two dicks and shit and vaginas and extra genitalia, okay? You know, just like this abnormalities in the spermatozoid itself, because I study eugenetics, but I keep it simple, though, because that gets complex. I no longer try to study, you know, human behavior too much because that's kind of easy to me because I'm like the mentalist. But long story short, study eugenetics. Okay, you understand why they think the way they think. Me, I have mixed in my blood. I'm a German. I have Indian. I have African. You can see the African because of the color of my skin. But I could be another race too. Now I don't know. And those first three: Indian, African, Italian. My first name is Mario. Think about that. But I don't fit in with a lot of niggas. You already know that, nigga. I'm just eccentric and unique as can be. I do not fit in with a lot of niggas. Okay? And my dick ain't small because I like virgins. It's just I'm unique. But other than that, that's all I really wanted to say about women cooking better than men overall. They do not. It's a waste of time and effort. Don't. If you do your research, you find out it is. You don't even need to do research on that. That's just common sense. Women don't like video games. They don't like a lot of things. They like to show off. I teach my wife. I say, hey, what you can do to be a better woman is to educate yourself. I teach my daughter this. Don't be a dunce. Don't just study one particular field. Study multiple fields. Do not stay in one fucking field. I repeat, do not stay in one fucking field. You wasting your life and your time. Don't focus on money, because I wasted $2,000 investing in that type of shit, trying to find a home-based business, and then it comes around, then I gotta pay more money, and more money, and more money, and it's not gonna work. Do not waste your time on one particular field. Your personality is more important. The quality of character you are is how much shit you know in life. The more intellect you are, the more things you know. I know a lot more than a lot of people out there, even including scholars. Now, in one field, he may be great, but in other fields, he's garbage. That's where I excel at. I don't want to be focused on just one thing. I can consider myself an expert when it comes to therapy and giving therapy to women, okay? And understand their sexuality. That's it. I consider myself an expert when it comes down to drawing and sketch arting Because I can straight copy a motherfucker. I can draw. My hand is really precise. Okay? I'm an expert. I'm not an expert gamer, depending on what game it is. I like R-Type, so I'm an expert in some genres of video games. So, other than that, I'm a conversationalist. So I guess I win hands down over most people. I just don't. You can't compare apples to oranges, baby. Don't do it. But other than that, that's all I really wanted to say about women cooking versus men cooking. And no hate here. Okay, but I may say I may hate this group of people, but I really dislike them. It's just I very dislike them so much. I don't want to kill nobody. But other than that, that's all I wanted to say. And I'm gonna put a picture up there too. I'm gonna put a picture of a man and a woman / cooking on the grill. I don't see too many women on the grill. I don't see too many women on a basketball court. Okay, Jesus Christ, where are the women at? You gotta teach them. You gotta teach them bitches. They don't want to do nothing. Sit around and let the drawers get dirty and shit. And I'm like, gotta teach your daughters to keep it clean, keep everything clean. I'm out of here, you guys, because I'm your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. Down the rabbit hole type shit. Have a nice motherfucking day. Peace.